All right, testing 1 2. Test 1 2 1 2 1 2. Testing, testing 1 2 1 2 1 2. Testing, testing. Hello, 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 hello. Testing 1 2 1 2. Test 1 2 1 2.
I did. There we go. She shot me.
In here.
Downstairs? But you hadn't, huh?
No chowder here.
Okay, I guess I'll have to wait, Ron.
I brought up those just in case.
Oh, smart. I guess, how many are there? Should I just put them at the tables?
24. And then, yeah, I covered the my ingredient cart because it kind of looked,
Something already smells good. What is it?
I don't know. I just got the grill on.
Oh. Like, well, let me. Have you guys gone to the cellar yet to actually wine taste?
Yeah, I've done that.
Oh, you have?
Yeah. Have you?
Oh, Zoe and I go like every other week. Well, we went a couple times to like the actual wine tasting.
Yeah.
It was like before the Delta variant,
You went to the one that
like on Wednesday nights. that
they
they do.
scheduled. Yeah.
And for like the first couple times we were fine with it, but it's like, you know, once people are drinking and they're walking around, nobody had their mask on, there's like no windows or air in there. It's kind of freaking me out. So now we like go a day or so after and then just redo the flight.
Yeah.
But we go to the bar when there's like nobody there
Yeah.
and the room's not crowded.
11:30. Hey, could you pull the meats for the next couple days?
Yeah, okay, I was just gonna ask you about the fish.
Which fish?
All the fish that came in,
Yeah, we need to cut that.
all of them? Some are catfish.
Are they? Yeah, we'll bag it. Don't leave it in the box. We gotta bag it.
Okay. It's
Or-
like, it's catfish
Put it in
and
the
then,
tray. Catfish. Catfish, some salmon,
okay,
and then another fish. I think tuna.
tuna.
Tuna steaks. Yeah.
Okay,
Leave the tuna steaks. I think I want to try. I want to look at it and cut it.
okay. I'll leave the tuna steaks in there and I'll do it,
Okay.
and then I'll work on the meat afterwards.
Yeah, they're getting stuff ready for it.
Not to murder Phil, so I don't lose my job.
The what?
So tell me not to murder Phil, so I don't lose my job.
What happened?
That lady who's supposed to be touring the building that he decided Julie had to do the tour, we kept telling him we have an event today. Shows up an hour and a half late and he just paid her to go tour this woman. She's supposed to be downstairs checking people in. She's supposed to be up here doing this. I was like, aren't you, Edie, why aren't you touring her or Pat touring her? We kept telling him, we have an event. We have an event. Yeah, I know, but Julie needs to tour. I'm like, no. What are you not understanding? I called Pat. I'm like, if I call him right now, I will lose my job. So you tell him, I said. Turn aside.
You probably have to open one of the windows
That's what I was thinking.
and the door. Because once I start putting the stuff on here,
Yeah.
it's gonna smoke.
I don't know. Bernardo might have to come to do the window, right? Hey, can somebody come up here and open this window, because Lloyd's saying it's, might get smoky in here, he's gonna be cooking, I don't know if there's a thing with it. Yeah. I can't reach. And I like to use their platform in the front, so I'm not walking like this, even though they're higher. So nice, nice. Yeah. Yes, I used to wear shoes like that, my brother, on Halloween, he had these big soles like this. Yeah. But they were really cool. He had those little big soles. Hello, ladies. Hi, welcome. Thank you. Oh, nice. Oh, yes.
You want this table? Yeah, because it's just cool. Yeah. I'm gonna you can get out. Get in.
Wherever you'd like. Oh, it's fine. That's what it's for. For your menu.
How are you today?
Good, how
Oh,
are you?
Emily, hi.
Hi. I love your jacket.
Oh, thank you.
It's really nice.
Ouch. Oh, what a view.
Yes.
What a day.
Some food. I know, right? At least a couple days ago, it was so cloudy. At least you got a little sunshine today.
Do you want to see where you can get a view? Oh, I'm fine. We're not looking back. I'm fine. But you know what? Everybody's in fours and threes. So this is fine.
Hi.
Hi. Hi. Oh, you sit on the- Maybe you won't be, you're back today, right? I'm okay.
Well, that's all right. That's all right.
I'm surprised. So they have a place where people fill out their menu, pick what they want. Oh, really? Bless you. Where? What was the question? Where or when? Who's asking? When and where? How about it? They tell you I went over there? Oh, I don't know. If you don't do that, then it is nice. There's no smoke. Machine. Same as everybody else. No additional machines. Not a lot of people in there, and I want a lot of money over there. Just recently. And they wanted to go, so we went, we figured her race to work away. And none of us lost. He won. She won. She was ready to go. But it's, I had only been twice and I did not like that. I would go every, I goes all the time. Oh, really? She takes, so she can go with us because she had just taken that husband. But this, I swear, it's different. And then they want, you get a ride to your car. From the parking lot, and then ride back. It's just nice. You cannot come in without a mask. They take your temperature. Don't turn it on like second. And just to see, I guarantee you won't. If you complain, it's gonna be win. I think you will like it. You know what that was? I'm like, you got to be, I don't even know what that is. Because the dome machines and I was playing with.
Hi.
Yeah, I would recommend it on this. But you know what? I would not have kept playing.
So we figure out the camera's okay?
And I kept winning and winning. I had got up to $1,800. I'm like,
Oh, no.
and all of a sudden I.
Zoom GLG.
I see myself here.
And there?
in the corner.
You're everywhere.
Let me ask you. Remember that? I think you passed. I'm thinking that moved back to a crowd. She said she won. I know what you get. And we actually took something. And then you went to Chicago, she had to. But then, let me ask you, she said she didn't do her taxes, but she said they caught up with it. She said she forgot. She will keep track, you know, everything she did. And they will, because I had to sit there until they gave me my W. That's what I was gonna ask you, do you pay your taxes, then, or you just did pay? I took my money, I'm like, the hell with y'all, come get you. And then you just file the taxes. That's what I was wondering, if people knew. No, I didn't. There's no way to do it. They, what they do is write you. That, well, you know, it's just like you get from Social Security or your return. You read it, that makes you attach to your. You ain't there. You gotta tell. So, okay, that's how it is. That's what I was wondering. Yeah. See, I never would have been. I know that also from the water. We make sure you don't follow. Yeah, that's all right. And that's. So they give you a 412. Because I hear them when they say they want so many million, but that was equivalent. You know, like it was like they take off half. So let me tell you how that goes.
How is that?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. If that's comfortable, that's good. If you want around your neck and just coming up at you, that's also fine.
Oh, this is fine.
You're good? Okay, terrific. And I couldn't do it without that on. And whether or not it turns out, I have no idea. But I'll try and squeeze off just some photos if I can.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
If there's a way to like replay the video.
There's got to be a way. If it's recording, it's somewhere.
Yeah.
It's going to go somewhere.
My husband, but you.
Oh, hello.
Hi, I see you. Oh, yeah, good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Okay, excuse me, if you brought me, you want any information because you want to. Oh, okay.
Yeah, not today, I'm saying.
Yeah, another time, definitely. Yeah, no, we're not doing any tours today. You would here, you can come back. You know, another time, everybody's gonna be here. Yeah. And what, I'm sorry, what are your names?
I'm Bill.
Okay, great. Yeah. Welcome, welcome. Can we sit here? Yes, yes, wherever you'd like to sit.
I'd like to. We're gonna sit in the front. Okay. You sit here.
They did, but then they were like, you know. But, how do we do that?
Well, you can watch there too.
Oh, yeah, watch the TV. Huh? Maybe you take one check. Thank you. Maybe we want to wait. Oh, they're going to show us how to cook. Fine, you take care of yourself.
Roasted bell pepper, tomato, and olive salad, pickle mayonnaise, grilled lamb lollipop chocolate.
Do you cook,
She likes to give recipes and try them out. It's smelling good already. Yeah. We got our roasted bell peppers here. That's a grill, electric grill? Yeah, into our electric grill. There's supposed to be a, like, you look at the lobes of the bell pepper and some indicate something, like the 3 lobes or 4 lobes. It means different things, different tastes. Did you know about that? I did not know about that. Yeah. I saw it on something or other. I'll file that away.
Yeah,
But I forgot the significance.
I would assume like one loaf means it's gonna be on the spicier side.
But more concentrated.
Yeah.
Four loaves.
Because I can see from there.
Sweet.
Do you know where Monterey Market is?
Monterey Market. I think I do. That's the one on Gilman, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopkins.
Yeah.
What does it? I just bought I'm gonna make a Chinese steak dish with peppers.
Uh-huh.
And so I bought two big ones like yours.
Yeah.
They don't come small.
Yeah. Not these. These are just your regular bell pepper. There's definitely some ones that are smaller and they're sweeter. And then there's also some that are small and like a lot more spicy. Like these are not spicy at all, and they're not that they're sweet, but it's not as sweet as some of the ones that you may find at like Sprouts or Trader Joe that come in a bag. My wife and I usually have those.
Yes, but I haven't tried to make a special. But you can do it with the rice cooker, that's why it's just feed and get it. Yeah. You made it. No, I just want, I haven't made it.
Okay, I'm gonna get this started because we gotta get our paella rice going. Can everybody hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm not sure I'm gonna.
Okay, I'm Roy. I'm the executive chef here at Grand Lake Gardens. Welcome. We're gonna have like a little bit of a tapas tasting, and then as well some Portuguese egg tarts for you to take home and try.
Wow.
Yes, we have some desserts and little bottles of champagne or apple cider that you'll get to take on the way home. So you'll be tasting all the savory stuff today and kind of learning how it goes.
Yeah. So I mean, these are some of the things that we do during the year. Like next year, granted that the pandemic restrictions lift for communities like this. Well, we do have the Crab Fest that we usually have around end of January, February. We do have a luau every year. And then intermittently, we also have this thing called the Santa Clarita Grill.
Oh, that's
Clarita
right,
or
yeah.
Santa Clara? Santa Clara Grill. Santa Clarita is in Southern California. Santa Clara Grill, where we do have like, we'll offer some local specialties like a fancy cioppino inspired by what they do over on the other side of the bay, as well as we feature some of the farms and farmers from down in Modesto, Stockton, and the Monterey area. So
Great. All right. Well, we're only waiting for a few more people. They can trickle in. So if you want to go ahead and get started, that works.
yeah. So if you take a look at your menu, we're going to start making our paella. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start getting the paella going. So when you're cooking like this, we want to try to get the item that is going to cook the longest, get that started. And then once that's started, we get our rice going and everything like that, we're going to start working on the roasted bell pepper salad, the lamb chops, and then the shrimp, the garlic shrimp. Again, inspired by what you could get maybe in a bar in Barcelona, getting some tapas. but not authentic. So I mean, if you're from Spain here, forgive us. But yeah, let's have some fun. This is I call it this Chef Roy's paella party. So that's what we're gonna have here, the paella party.
What kind of oil do you use?
I use canola oil.
Canola?
Yeah, we only use two types of oils here. It's like a canola oil. Just generally, mostly everybody is not allergic to that. And then we also use an olive oil. For some things, we will use different oils, but we try not to venture too far into like the peanut oils and then your soybean oils, because then then we got to start monitoring like who's getting having some sort of reaction to that. We don't want to have anybody have a reaction when we come here to dine at the Grand Lake Gardens. We want to generally have a nice dining experience. So what I got going here is some canola oil. And what I'm going to get started here is our sofrito. Sofrito is basically garlic, onion, and bell pepper. Once that's sauteed, we're going to add a little bit of tomato paste.
How finely chopped? Pretty finely chopped?
Yeah, just small dice. Okay. What we try to do here is have a little bit of color with our meals. So, like you see the 3 different colors of bell pepper. I got like onion, garlic, and the 3 different kinds of bell pepper here. Sauteing really quick. We're gonna get that going. I got just some vegetable broth here, hot warm vegetable broth. We're gonna put a little bit of saffron in there to give it that sort of Mediterranean flavor, that Mediterranean aroma, like you do in most paellas in Spain. Again, not so traditional, yet yeah, it's the paella party. So I'm gonna throw some in this too. So yeah, saffron comes in our little tin.
Is that really expensive, saffron?
Yeah, saffron, usually for a tin of saffron like this costs about $80. What is this, like some flour somewhere in the Middle East, where they're picking like the middle part of the flour. And so if there are things that are a little bit more laborious to try to get like the middles of a saffron flour, yeah, it's gonna cost a lot more. And then so that's what we got going on. We got our saute going. I'm gonna add our tomato paste to it. Let that saute with it for a little bit, and then we're gonna add our rice. Yeah, so what we got going on here is sauteed bell peppers, onions, and garlic. And also, once the onions have become a little opaque, I added some tomato paste to it. And then next, we're gonna add some saute up here some chopped chicken and some sausage, some andouille chopped sausage. Now, what I'm not doing right now is whereas most restaurants would do is add like salt and pepper. What I'm not doing is adding salt and pepper, only because a lot of elders like to watch their salt and pepper content. So we do try to go easy on the salt and pepper. a lot of our bases and stocks and some of the other things that we add already has salt and pepper in it. So we were trying to encourage you to salt it, salt and pepper it yourself. So we got our chicken in our pan. I'm gonna brown that up a little bit. At the same time, we've got our bell peppers roasting. All I'm doing is doing a quick roast, getting some marking on it, which is just indicator to me that the bell pepper is cooking a little bit. We don't want to cook it too much for the salad. We want it slightly crisp. That way we have like a nice fresh, as well as caramelized bell peppers on salad. So these are nice. You see, these are nice and colored, nice and marked, as we would call it in the kitchen. Nice and marked. What I'm going to do is just julienne them, meaning I'm just going to cut them in thin strips. While that's going, I try not to put too many of the seeds. Like the way I cut it, it helps not leave the seeds in. Yeah, so that's, I mean, the way the way I cut is by the corner, from top to bottom, and leave the seeds inside. Most of the seeds inside. Honestly, we don't cut them all, or I don't think we'd be able to leave them all out, but as best we can, we try not to have too many of the seeds. But again, I mean, I think sometimes it also just adds to the character and to the flavor of the salad. I'm just gonna put this. We got some browning on our chicken. I'm gonna add some of the andouille sausage. So again, we're not putting any salt. We're putting some items that do have salt. I'm gonna let that cook down for a little bit, and then we're gonna add our rice and our vegetable broth. While we make our salad. All right. All that stuff is going. I'm gonna add the rice. What's that? Well, for paella rice, you want to use a short grain rice. That's how they traditionally use it. So, somewhere in the lines of sushi rice. What's that? Yes, no, it's not been rinsed, because we do get our rice already pre-cleaned and bagged, from our purveyor.
Brown rice, we do it with 15 for all day.
Brown rice, we would have to use more water or more or more broth, because it's a little bit more denser rice.
Yeah.
But you can do it with a brown rice.
That would be a healthier rice.
It would be, yeah, it would be.
Have something in the chicken broth.
Yeah, I put some threads of saffron. And then we're gonna cover this, set it, forget it. Work on our salad.
Is there a normal cooking time for the?
It's gonna take a while, maybe a good 30 minutes. That's why we got that started first.
Okay.
We're gonna work on all other things, and hopefully by that time, we will have some good soft rice. I have some extra liquid there, so just in case we need to add more liquid, so it doesn't come off too crunchy. Yes.
Cook paella on a special pan, right?
Yeah,
Big
usually
pan.
we do have it, yeah, right. We do have, they usually make paella in special pans. I was gonna try to do it in this pan. It's just a little too small.
But is there any difference if you cook like that?
Yeah, no, it's not,
Alright.
it doesn't make that much of a
Okay.
difference. But yeah, and if you're into the traditionalist and everything like that,
Right.
this is a small one.
No, it's too small.
At home, I do have one that's like this big.
Right.
And yeah, what I do at home too is like, you know, I invite friends. I tell them, okay, so you bring the shrimp, you bring the clams, you bring the other items, and then everything you start cooking on the grill. We just start grilling stuff, and then we put it, we start sauteing stuff, and we're just making the rice, and then the side salad that will go with this.
Use that metal thing on your left side. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what.
Okay, so you can see there, we've got a mixture of all of the bell peppers. We use 3 different colors to give it some color, to make it look nice and bright. Salad is easy. Basically, we've got that. We're gonna throw in some olives, capers, and then a touch of olive. touch of olive oil, a splash of lemon juice, and then we have our salad. So you see that? We got olives. These are a mix, a mix of Kalamata, green, and green olives.
Those are pitted, I think.
Yeah, they're all pitted. That mix.
So your recipe here says that it also includes tomato. You put
Yeah.
that in just at the end?
Yeah, I got some chopped tomatoes. I'm gonna throw that in. Capers, not too much. Again, the capers have they do have a lot of salt. So that's what we're looking at right now. And we have, I also have some half cherry tomatoes. It's nicer to use the smaller tomatoes because the smaller the tomato, the more intense flavor that you get in the tomato. So it adds like a nice acidic balance to the saltiness of the olives, and then we're gonna add more acid with the splash of lemon juice. Clean up here a little bit. So we got lemons. We're gonna also have a little bit of lemon for everybody when we're ready to try the paella. Because also just when the paella is done, like to splash it with a little bit of lemon right on top. Garnish it with some fresh herbs. This is cilantro. Cilantro. Should we just go ahead and feed this? Okay. Smaller plates.
Okay.
If you go into the office in one of the cabins, you see like small little salad plates. You saw them, right? Yeah. So we're gonna start off with the salad.
Put that on the pot.
Oh no, I mean you got to put a touch of olive oil just to give it some sheen. You got some olive oil.
For the virgin or just the regular? Not virgin.
Yeah, I like to use the virgin olive oil for salads, but I don't like to use it too much for cooking. So yeah, this is just EVO. I also like to use it for marinades. So when we start doing the marinade for the lamb, we're gonna do that here. I'm gonna put some of this in that, and then once I start dipping the lamb in that marinade, it'll be a nice touch. So as you see, there's like a little bit of a sheen to the salad. Makes it a little attractive. If you want to put too much oil, then we're gonna start we do have people who are kind of concerned about using too much oil for stuff like salads or even making omelets and that kind of thing. So we also try to control that to where it's enough to make it look attractive without making it challenging for our blood pressure or arteries kind of thing.
Are you making the thing that was on the flyer? It was a picture of some kind of salad that had a shape to it.
I don't know if we're doing that one thing on the that was on the flyer. Okay.
No, you're not. A little plate for, oh, just for that, this one.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Okay, clean up here a little bit.
Serve you the salad.
Oh, right.
Okay, so the next thing I want to start working on, just FYI, the paella is looking good. I don't know if you can see this. Yeah. So it's looking good. We got to let that go. And then we're going to work on our marinade for the lamb. So what I do have is these lamb chops. And the reason why they call them lollipop chops is because we left the bone on. And so the trick is when it's done and you're ready to eat it, you just hold by the bone and then have at it. Okay, so my herbs. What I got here is some parsley. I'm gonna put that in the blender. You could even put it in as is, or you could rip it up with stems. Yeah. We're putting parsley, fresh parsley. I have some fresh dill. Dill's like my favorite spice to smell. We're gonna put that in the blender. Stems and everything. Some rosemary. So I'm not gonna put the whole thing in there because the actual stems are actually hard to digest and to break down. So what I'm just gonna do is just pull the rosemary off its stem, just like so. Put that in the blender.
You grow your own rosemary?
No. They might have. I don't know if there are. We do have a garden here. I don't know if some of the residents do grow their herbs and stuff here. I think they used to, but yeah, but we our kitchen cannot use those for a lot of reasons. So we have to get it actually from a certified farmer or purveyor that can sell produce and herbs, that kind of things. And I'm also putting some fresh thyme without the stems. And I'm peeling off the leaves off the thyme. What's that? Yeah, just using the blender. If you really want to go old school, my mother-in-law has a mortar and pestle. I mean, she's from Malaysia, my mother-in-law, and so yeah, she's just very much into doing like her spices and her curries and that kind of thing in that mortar and pestle. And it's actually kind of neat too. It takes a little bit more time, but yeah, it's actually kind of neat. Yeah, just a funny story. So when I was dating my wife before we were married, we wanted to announce to her mom and sister that we were dating, and so she invited me over. My wife or girlfriend back then, she invited me over to her place in New York, and I got it good with my mother-in-law or her mom back then, because she has like I call it the her hot pepper test. So her being from Malaysia, they like putting the hot, making hot sauces and putting like Tiger chilies and those chilies in their dipping sauce and that kind of thing. And so there's like 3 levels of this hot pepper test, right? And the first level is just sort of like, yeah, it's spicy. It's spicy, but most everybody that can do spice can do that one. And so with flying colors, I was able to pass that test. And then the second level was like this, it had different colors of chili peppers, heavy spice. I got through that one, and then my mother-in-law, like, she challenged me like, oh, you gotta try this one then. And yeah, and then eventually I got to pass the 3rd test. And so and then a few years later, I was able to get married, kind of thing, based on the
Nothing by about
well, they're all, I just lose a few of them after that. So what I did. Nice.
Where are you from?
Where am I from? I'm from the Philippines, or my family's from the Philippines. I was born in Hawaii, raised in Los Angeles, went to culinary school in New York, and then made my way back here. So what I did put is about a 1/4 cup of garlic with these herbs. Oh, chopped garlic. Yeah, chopped garlic. Sorry.
Well, that's a lot of garlic.
Yeah. Well, one of the things is we're going to try to do is like lamb is actually pretty gamey, and some of us like it, some of us don't like it. I like it, and especially with this marinade, the herbs and the garlic will help alleviate the gaminess of the lamb. And so, and as you'll see, yeah, it'll taste pretty good. And so this marinade is one of the things we're gonna put a little bit of salt and pepper. I have here just already pre-mixed salt and pepper. That way, just gonna put a little bit. Putting a little bit of olive oil in this as well as canola oil, just to round it out. Yeah. Yeah, we'll yeah, we can have them sent to you. That's what we can do.
put like 2 pinches of salt, pepper. That'll be going over good. Let that go for a little bit. You can see it's like nice. I'm gonna take a quick thing, keep it our
All right, so what we're looking for is like something that looks somewhat like pesto. And it's nice and blended. It smells pretty wonderful too. So all we're gonna do is I'm just gonna put this in this pan, just like a small first coat. And then start sort of painting the bottom of this pan with some of the chops, like this first chop and so on and so forth. So each of the chops get a nice coat. And we don't.
Move one up after you've mushed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really green.
Yeah. So it looks nice and green.
Yeah, it looks like a chimichurri.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. So I'm just gonna throw all of it in there. Try to paint all of the chops with this, and then we're gonna throw it on the grill, or let it set for a little bit, let it absorb all that marinade.
How long do you marinate?
Maybe for like 5-10 minutes. Yeah.
That is beautiful.
Sam Spade special. Sliced tomatoes.
Like for the most part, all our chops have a decent coating of the herb marinade, the garlic herb marinade. So I'm gonna let that set for about 5 minutes. And then we're gonna start grilling that. The next thing we're gonna do is give our rice a check, and we're getting there. The kernels are cooking. And by the time all this other food is done, we'll be ready for the rice, the shrimp, and the rice, the shrimp, and the paella. Just gonna unplug this. How's the salad?
Good. Oh, it's scrumptious.
Ah, good.
Oh, that brown, putting those little marks on it really made a difference in.
Yeah,
I was surprised.
yeah, it did, and softens it up a little bit, but yet you don't want to over market so that it's too soft.
It
So you,
just got rid of the raw.
yes. Okay, so the next thing, while that's marinating, the next thing we're gonna do is the gambas de ajillo, or the shrimp, the garlic shrimp. So what I got here, we're gonna have a party. We're gonna have a paella party. So
garlic in the paella, there's garlic in the salad, there's garlic in.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, and over here, if any of you do decide to stay here, and if there's anything within reason, like if you don't eat garlic at all, we can take that stuff out, kind of thing, and out of the, you just gotta request it, and then we can make that happen. So for our party, I invited these jumbo shrimp to the party.
Ah, that's lunch.
Are you gonna have flamenco dancing?
Maybe. We'll have some guys singing. You know. Okay, so pan. We're gonna get this going. Heat the pan. I'm gonna just get some
Those shrimp are so big, they're practically lobster tails.
they could probably take over for lobster at some point, you know. But we would, so, yeah, I mean, some of the things that we do here, we do have in New Year's Eve, we do have a surf and turf and a surf and surf New Year's Eve dinner, which means like we're gonna have like a nice sliced salmon to go with some shrimp, also some filet mignons to go with these jumbo shrimp. Yeah, I mean, we do try to have our little parties as well, but we also do a lot of home style cooking. We'll definitely have your meatloaves and that sort of thing, as well as we do have some Asian offerings for dinner as well. Like yesterday, we did have the sweet and sour pork and teriyaki chicken. And then we try to explore like Mediterranean by having like moussaka. Have you had moussaka? Yeah, so we have like moussakas every once in a while. But yeah, those are the little samplers of what we do here.
So everybody eats the same dinner. or
Yeah.
lunch or
Yes.
You don't have a choice at dinner.
We do, you do have a choice of 2 entrees. So like yesterday, we did have the sweet and sour pork and teriyaki chicken with the sides. Either you can have all the sides, if you don't want all the sides. And then we also have an alternative menu where it's if you don't want to feel, if you're not feeling that, you can always ask for baked salmon or the Grand Lake Gardens burger or have an omelet made for dinner.
What about people who are vegan or vegetarian?
We do have some offerings for like tofu, veggie burgers, and that kind of thing. It's still, the vegan and vegetarian is still something that we're trying to explore how to make better accommodations for those who are into those diets. I think you just got to make it known that this is what I'm looking for, and for the most part, we've made it happen. But as well, we try to encourage residents that it's got to be within reason. Like, obviously, someone's looking for a seafood, wants seafood all the time, or we can't give you lobster every time, kind of thing. So anyways, I've got some garlic here, sauteing. I'm just gonna color it up a little bit, turn down the heat. Put a pinch of these red pepper flakes, and then go our shrimp. Okay, so our paella is looking really good. I'm gonna put the peas as color as well as a little bit of veg. I'm gonna use these English peas to put it in. And then let that go. Just size. Yeah. Yeah, they're slightly bigger.
Oh, they're bigger or smaller?
The English ones, they're a little bit bigger. Yeah. Can you see that? We're gonna flip those in a second. I think our lamb chops are ready to go. There's gonna be a lot of gonna be a lot of smells in here, so get ready.
All those things are handling. People are at home, it's a matter of the, they're using the gloves, just to type in this reading.
I'm using gloves because I'm feeding
Right.
you all. You don't have to use gloves at home.
Right.
And then like the tools that you see that I'm using here, basically this is saute. These are just saute pans you could do it in. You don't need a fancy paella pan or anything like that. You can do this in your backyard grill. You can do it in the oven. Oh yeah. Is everybody okay with medium rare? No, no. But you see that? I don't know if you can see that the marketing and everything like that.
It's nice.
Sorry, I can't hear you. I get it, yeah, no problem. Two well, three well, four well. Okay, not a problem. Okay, I think the next, this batch will be a little more well. That way I can tend to shrimp. The charcuterie. No, we're not. Yeah. I have, for 5 cooks. Right? Yeah. Do I? Oh, I love it. Yeah, my wife and my mother-in-law from Malaysia. Yes. Oh. Oh, very cool. Yeah. If you have a good rendang recipe, I'd love to share that. Yeah.
Yeah, they make the best rendang.
Yeah. This batch I'm gonna let go for a little bit longer, so a little bit more well. And then the next batch should be more medium rare.
Rendang.
I'm just gonna garnish this with some green onion.
No? Like a stew? He's always talking about adobo. Better than adobo.
These ones on the side are more well. And the ones I put here on the very rarer side. If I had an induction burner at home, I would get one. This all right. All right, our lamp is done. The lamb is done, the rice is done. We're waiting for more shrimp. Is everybody ready to eat? Ready to eat? Yeah. All right, let's do it. Rice.
like to go, yes. That one I buy from Saving. Now that's Marshall.
Okay, and the right side is the
Okay.
So this is not well done. Well done.
Well,
Not well done. Like she can think about or. Yeah, I wouldn't.
I have not looked at it.
oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
Not well done. Are you all the medium?
You want, the other one is the oral.
Okay. Sorry, okay, this is a little less.
Thank you.
We're still good, not well done. Right.
Where do you buy the prawns from?
I get it from our seafood vendor. Yeah,
Because they're so big.
yeah,
Because it's the one Saving, you know, they have the
Right.
Mediterranean one.
yeah. I can only get to medium.
Can do this.
Not well done. Not well done. One more not well done, and then there's a well done.
Good. Yes, I am the executive chef.
That's a good sign. I know. Like one of them. Yeah, take a picture and do that. How is everything? Good. Oh, yeah. All right. If you insist, Chef Lauren. Oh, no. No kissing tonight.
This,
Oh, that's a good idea.
we could do it.
Excuse me? Yes. Yes, I know. Sure. Thank you. You're welcome.
And we do have some parting gifts, the Portuguese egg tarts. Another little story. Last year, just before the pandemic hit the globe, my wife and I, we went to Portugal to on one of those programmed tours. It was going to take us through Lisbon, and we're going to try port wine in Porto, check out the castles and the big stone churches that they have in the various towns and everything like that. So we went a couple of days early so we can sort of scope out Lisbon and go to the check out some good places to eat and everything. So we were there 2 days early, and that's exactly what we did. And then we had our dinner with our tour company. And the dinner, when we had the dinner, a lot of us asked questions like, "What's going on with the pandemic? Is Portugal going to be hit, or are we okay?" And then the tour guy was just like, "Yeah, it's fine. We're all going to be good. You're all going to be good." And sure enough, next morning when we had breakfast, tour guide was approaching everybody on the tour saying, "Unfortunately, you're going to have to pack up and leave because, Portugal government needs to lock down our borders." And so anyway, so that was the end of our Portugal trip. But one of the gems that we had was going to one of the little tourist places in close to Lisbon. It's where St. Jeremiah's church is. It's like one of those big old school churches. It's got statues. It's huge. And then right next to it is this place that they sell this dish called pastéis de nata, which is this pastéis. It's an egg. It's a Portuguese egg tart. And so one of the things that I wanted to do was try to mimic what they made there, and I was looking all over the internet for some recipes and that kind of thing. And this is the one that was really as close as we can get to that dessert kind of thing. When you go home, have it with a good, warm it up in a little bit in the oven, 300 degree oven for about 5 to 7 minutes. Make yourself a nice cup of coffee, or if you have a cappuccino machine, have it with a cappuccino. But yeah, nice and warm with that coffee or that caffeinated warm drink. Nothing better, and nothing reminds me more of Portugal.
No microwave.
Don't microwave it. It's better to bake it. Yes, sir. Yes. 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 Yeah. 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 That was when we did when we were touring around Lisbon on our own. one of the locals told us like, yeah, that's like the Golden Gate Bridge. It looks just like, except the pillars that hold the Golden Gate Bridge up, I think it's in crosses, X's, whereas the one here is just more of an H shape. And I'm sorry. Oh yeah, that was the thing I was disappointed that we missed was the pork wineries and that kind of thing and pork. Oh yeah, the cork farms, yeah. Well, he told us about that too. He told us a little bit about that too. And yeah. So, no, we couldn't go. Yeah, we waited because we didn't get to go to all the town. We didn't get to go to court. Like the only place out of Lisbon we got to go to was Coimbra, where they had the Moorish castle and then that colorful castle, and then that was it. Well, I have a little bit of extra lamb and a little bit of extra shrimp. Okay. Shrimp. I'm gonna bring it around. I have a little bit of paella. Here you go. So what? I'll bring it. Okay. Sure. Thank you. There you go. Yeah. 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 1 second.
I want. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, I've got a little bit of paella left. I got just a touch left on my
We have one more lamb over here.
See, I've never done that.
Shrimp is so meaty.
There we go. Joy.
Very nice. I just occasionally buy one.
Well, everybody,
Great treat, thank you.
that will do it for my end. I'm gonna start cleaning up here. If you have any questions, I'll sort of be around. But yeah, you know, I had a lot of fun. I hope you all had a lot of fun too. It's been a pleasure.
Oh, we have one question.
Yes.
How do we leave your name, our name so that you can send the recipe?
Oh, okay.
I can take
Leave it
that.
with Emily.
Yeah.
I'll send you the recipes.
Yes, I will look at something right now so we can get your recipe. And then we have your little gifts here that you can take on your way out, we have champagne or apple cider, and then your dessert. Do you want to actually bring it
I told her to grab it. I said, I but I don't think I will. I'll try to be sensitive. Thank you.
Sure. What would you prefer?
Huh?
Champagne
Wine.
or apple cider?
Wine.
Wine.
How you doing?
All right.
I went.
Once a week.
Yes.
How do we store this pastry? Room temperature or?
If you're gonna store it in the refrigerator, throw it in the oven when you're ready, where you want to eat.
Okay.
Lamb chops to your comrade.
Okay.
Party.
The dessert, yes. And get your dessert. Thank you so much. Okay. Stay down.
Okay. Maybe we'll see you.
Okay. Wait, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. No, Lynn, that's right. Just, that's right. You're welcome, and yes. Okay. You're welcome.
He says to refrigerate it. And pop it in.
So I did.
One day you didn't.
What did you do? And that was hard. Why do you start cooking and carry some
So recently we found a recipe online for lime, cilantro, slaw dressing. And it is so delicious.
Yeah, right.
Have you ever used that?
That's like, we've made cilantro like shrimp.
Yeah, that would work too.
Yeah.
But this on the set, on the law, you know, I do this law with that. I can't guarantee, you know, so it's better than just guarantee law, but it's so delicious, but it's right on there. But the main thing is it's limes and juice and honey. You can do some zest. So, because this was.
I'm glad you like it.
Oh. Sure did.
I'm gonna wipe this down a little bit.
Okay.
I was just curious, one of our favorite things in Lisbon, did you make it to that big public market?
Yeah, we did. The
Oh my
timeout
God,
market.
wasn't it
Oh,
awesome?
yeah. Yeah,
I was like, where do I go first?
yeah, we were there, we were there like 3 days prior to our downtown tour. And then, yeah, of the 3 days, we went there 3 times there. And, did you go to that seafood place, Ramiro Cervejaleria?
I don't remember that name. but-
Yeah, it was the one that a lot of TV personalities went to, and they had like the jumbo shrimp and all kinds of crazy seafood.
This was super delicious.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
much.
I'm glad you like it.
Yeah. I like this place a lot. We're not quite ready to make a move because of kind of living, but we know it's
Let me
not.
get my
Probably
iPad and I'll
our
write down your info.
Yeah,
not too far.
yeah, well, you know, looking up, but
So we like
if you
this
do,
place a lot.
yeah.
Okay,
Papa.
you're done with it.
Yeah.
I'm going to.
All right, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Okay.
Oh, okay,
What
great.
is your, what's your name?
Yeah,
I think Sulawesi.
okay, yeah, okay, very good. Yes, yes. Okay, yeah, thank you. Yeah, okay, yeah, very good. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, your email address. I can email you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What's your name?
Roy.
Okay, you contact me, okay?
Yeah, I'll email you now.
Now, I'll text me.
Okay.
Sorry. Are you on?
This dish is very popular. My mother made it.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I don't know whether you have everyone.
What's that, Matt?
The kaffir lime,
Uh-huh.
leaf, lemongrass,
Right.
and only basil, whatever basil
Yes,
you
I'll
can
send
find.
you
You
$1.
just put
Or
it
if
in.
you just want that.
Okay,
Because
yeah,
we don't have really the local one, you know, Kamagi, they call
Yeah.
it.
Absolutely.
Singapore, Malaysia, all they
You're
have.
welcome.
right, yeah, yeah.
But they have those Thai basil, maybe seven.
Yeah, our friend has they do have a kefir lime.
Oh, that one is supermarket, you can get now.
Oh, can, oh, okay.
Most of them supermarket.
We have
Yeah.
some, we have some that,
Right, right.
they all have a full kitchen with so.
Very good.
Right,
So we have some that
very good.
I am one.
Yeah, people that don't come from that place, they don't know how to cook.
Yeah.
But what, some of my friends, I cook, oh, you like it?
Yeah,
Could be fish, could be seafood, whatever you want.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
And
good.
let me know.
Okay, we'll do.
And chicken feet. It's
Yeah.
very nice.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We don't have a assignment. No. Susan's the last one? Oh, wow. I know.
What is this one to you? I'll give you.
Was it Susan Dawn? I love. Yeah, we did have.